What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, here on Industry Talk, and welcome to Primetime Pod, the hottest information resource outlet for all things entertainment, breaking news, celebrity interviews, and the hot topics of the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.
Okay.
Shit.
Prime time pie. Make sure you check it
Pal, why the fuck you think he missing? He say that.
And second bill, a whole lot.
Now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go trap.
What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, coming at you all the way live. And welcome to Industry Talk. New year, same mission. And that's to stay focused. No distractions, no excuses, just discipline, clarity, and execution. This season isn't about noise, it's about movement. Moving with purpose, moving with intention, and staying locked in when things get uncomfortable. If you're building, growing, or trying to level up, this conversation today is for you. Let's talk mindset, momentum, mental health, and what it really takes to keep pushing forward. Tap in. This is Industry Talk. Let's get into it. Thank you guys for joining me today on another great episode of Industry Talk. Like we always do about this time, big shout out to my family, Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. And if you have not yet subscribed to the platform, this one's for you. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're going to get into it. Have a great show for you tonight. Of course, you guys know that had a pretty bad situation last night with my Eagles losing to the San Francisco 49ers. So, yes, my phone is broken for everybody that placed bets with me. My phone broke, so don't try to call me. I ain't going to answer, just to let you know. We have a great show today. One of the hottest growing platforms, Federal Nightmares. My main man, Jamal Paper Williams, will be joining us here in just a moment. We're going to get into some really intimate conversation about what he's got going on, some of the people that he's been dealing with, and how he's moving the needle as it relates to mental health and his story in getting his platform, Federal Nightmares, out to our family and the general public. Big shout out to my main man, Terry Allred, who connected us and made this happen. I appreciate you, Terry, for everything that you do through Freeway Records. And we're going to keep this thing going through 2026 and make some major leaps and strides with our platforms and everything that we got going on. As you can see today, I'm sporting the OTRR, Only the Real Remain hoodie. for today with Mr. Touchdown. Make sure you lock in with my brother, Mr. Touchdown, down in Florida. And like we always do about this time, make sure you subscribe to the app. Download our app on Google Store and Play Store. It's about that time.
It's about that time. We decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down, man. Trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm, man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Prime Time. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
Yes, indeed, where the bosses talk. Y'all know what it is, man. We're keeping this thing pushing, keeping it moving. And let's lock you in with Prime Time News.
Talk, and you are now tuned into Prime Time News.
Trending news that you could use. Recent protests in Iran, the largest since 2022, began in late December 2025 due to severe economic issues like high inflation and currency devaluation, but quickly escalated into widespread anti-government demonstrations calling for regime change. The unrest, fueled by economic hardship and deep public frustration, has led to a violent crackdown and security forces, significant casualties, and internet blockouts. Broader political tensions involve a clerical leadership, international sanctions, and conflict with the U.S. and Israel. Story still developing. President Donald Trump continues to pursue an aggressive power-forward foreign policy, and two regions highlight that strategy: Venezuela and Greenland. In Venezuela, the administration has justified its actions as a push for stability and democracy. Critics, however, argue that the real motive is control over one of the world's largest oil reserves and limiting the influence of China and Russia. At the same time, President Trump has renewed interest in Greenland, a self-governing territory of Denmark, strategically vital in the Arctic. Greenland plays a key role in global defense and the future resources of access. Trump has even suggested that the U.S. could take it the hard way, comments firmly rejected by Danish and Greenlandic leaders. Together, these moves have sparked debate over whether U.S. foreign policy is about national security or coercive power, raising serious questions about sovereignty, international law, and America's role on the world stage. That debate is unfolding right now, and the consequences could be global. That is your news that you can use. Primetime news. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So before we get into this here, big shout out to everybody that has joined the live so far. My brother Jarrell Braswell, that's comedian Jarrell Braswell. If in fact you need to get in contact with Jarrell, get him out to your spot and in your city to perform, hit me up. DM, instant message, hit me on the email. We ready to work. Christina Moody, big shout out to my sister. MGCCC, one of my mentees back in the day, Christopher Moody, will be coaching at Meridian MCC, Meridian Community College today. Those two JUCOs are going to lock up in a basketball tournament a little bit later on around 7:30 today. So everybody that's paying attention, that's in the Meridian and surrounding areas, make sure that you are in the building. Big shout out to Terry Allred and G Fury for also joining the live. And without further ado, let me bring the man of the hour onto the stage so we can get into this conversation. It's going to be a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good one. Let's see here. Bam. Brother Jamal Paper Fury. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on with you, brother?
Oh,
I
maintaining.
appreciate the opportunity to come on your platform, man. It's an honor to even be on the Industry Talk, man. And I want to salute you, and you already know where we're going with this, man.
Yes, I do. And I appreciate you for taking some time out of your busy schedule, because you're a very busy individual. But we're gonna Industry Talk is a platform where we talk about what's going on in the industry, whatever that industry may be, whether it's the music industry, whether it's your own personal business, whether it's podcasting, whatever field or sphere of influence or whatever that vertical is that you're in, we want to talk about it. And you've touched a lot of different individuals when it comes to jumping off the porch with what you have going on. But let's first let the people know who you are and where you're from, because I could give them a monologue about you originally being from Oakland, California, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you settled down in Arkansas. You went to University of Arkansas in Monticello.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You went to CrossIt, or is it CrossIt or CrossIt?
CrossIt, Arkansas.
CrossIt Arkansas High School.
Yeah, CrossIt Arkansas High School. I dropped out of high school in the 12th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I ended up, when I got incarcerated into like 2008, got my GED. And once I got out, I went to school and got my electrical and instrumentation certification. You know what I mean? So,
right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So the thing about it with your situation is that you were resilient as well.
Yeah,
there's nothing along your story that shows where you've quit anywhere along the way. Everybody has bumps along their journey, and you had a very interesting situation that kind of happened with you, right? So let's kind of fast forward into, because you mentioned it, into the incarceration side of it. How did you get caught up in the credit card situation, or what because I don't want to say it was a scam. I just want to know what actually happened. How'd you end up with that charge?
Actually, I was working in Dallas at might have been a Best Buy or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Struggling, not really living with a female, struggling. End up, letting the devil get in my mind. I get the credit card or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? And I let the girl do some transactions with it. And I end up getting caught up. I end up doing time in Texas for that. You know what I mean? Got probation, end up doing time for that. But it was a state jail felony in the state of Texas, so it don't leave your record. You get what I'm saying? So once I got up here, this is where I'm originally from, and still in the streets, not gonna lie to you about nothing, you know what I'm saying? And end up catching a pistol charge. And that felony from down there made it for where it would be a federal case. You see what I'm saying? And
okay, well, hold on a second, Brother Williams. Hold on a second. Because a lot of people might not necessarily understand what we're talking about, because this ain't baseball. You can't just catch a felony charge. All right, so let's walk them through what actually happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
okay. What actually happened?
Were you at a nightclub at the party and you let the thing go?
No. I was in the streets, and when you're in the streets, you have to protect yourself in some situations. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually, I was on my way to get an oil change for my. I had bought a Mercedes, a Lexus. I'll never forget, it's a 430 Lexus LS. I bought it from my grandma. I was going to get my oil change. And I turned my signal light on. And when I turned my signal light on, the next thing I know, I heard something just hit me from the back. So, I felt it. And it damn near broke my neck, because I could hear my neck crack. And it kind of, it knocked me so like 200 feet before I almost flipped the car over and everything. But at this time, I'm discombobulated. So I can't think normally. You know what I'm saying? And when By the time the police got there, they find the gun. The detective get it. It's a federal case, and now we gotta face it. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I see. So
Yeah.
the fact that you were a convicted felon out of Texas, that was on your record and couldn't be expunged off the record. You get into an accident just
Mm-hmm.
arbitrarily, something, just things that happen in life, and
Yeah. That's exactly.
just so happened the pistol was in the
Yeah.
car. You wasn't
I wasn't
functioning.
thinking enough for where I could even try to even do anything with it. I get on the
Right,
gurney, and when I get to the hospital, the detective right there waiting with the handcuffs to cuff me to the bed.
right. Okay. So obviously they had already, ran your license, saw that
All
you
that.
were you were already a convicted felon. Now they've got a federal situation, whereas I got a convicted felon with a gun. So please
Hmm.
proceed.
I
Please
got
proceed.
it
Let me know
now.
how that. Yeah,
I got so pretty
yeah.
much they like I got him now. You know what I mean? So I
Gotcha.
go through the
Gotcha.
federal situation where you go on pretrial. You go to
Hmm.
court, then
Hmm.
they let you on pretrial release. I didn't have a drug charge; it was just a gun charge. So they didn't mind letting me out with an ankle monitor and being on supervised release. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when I get out, I'm on supervised release, but
Okay.
I have to report. I have to be at the end at a certain time, and I also have to
Yeah.
get a job. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
now I have to deal with the mental uh anguish of having to do all that, and I end up getting a job maybe 45 minutes away from my home. So I
Okay.
end up having to work that job, drive back off graveyards. It was just a lot. And then after that, one of my close friends was a supervisor for a tree service. He ended up giving me a job, but it was an hour and a half away. But I didn't
Hmm.
have to drive. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So the whole
Right.
time that I was on pretrial release, prior to me getting my time, I had to work. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Hmm.
working, and then once they finally gave, it was November 15th, 2017, they gave me 18 months in federal prison for that gun
Okay.
charge. And I had to
Okay.
self
So
surrender. I had to self surrender 60 days later.
gotcha. So when you surrendered 60 days later, they moved you. Um, they processed you in Arkansas, and then they shipped you
No,
to.
no, they let me self surrender. I drove from Arkansas, Crossett, Arkansas, to Yazoo, Mississippi. Me and
Okay. So
three of
you
my
went.
friends.
Okay. So you ended up
I had to
going
be there
directly
at a
to.
certain time. I had to be there at a certain time.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, there's an FCC, a federal correctional facility in Yazoo City, Mississippi, the great state of Mississippi, where I live. And so you served your time in Mississippi,
Yep.
in Yazoo City. So
Yep.
talk to me about that in terms of what you had
That
to go through in Mississippi.
honestly, when I walked through the door, that whole experience was never like I thought it was gonna be because I went to a camp. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And when you
Yeah.
go to a camp is pretty much wide open. From when you thinking from going to prison to a camp, it's pretty much you can walk out of. I was there when one guy from the Philippines, he just walked out. They don't even lock the doors and left. And they had probably called him in Jacksonville, Florida, 2-3 days later, locked us down. But it's a minimum security, so they're not watching you like that. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So you pretty
Right.
much, you got free range to do it what you want. And
Hmm.
and yeah, so ended up in there, I ended up getting caught with a phone.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then when I got caught with the phone, they took us from the camp to the USP. Remember, I
Hmm.
stayed in the USP for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and then they transferred me from the USP to the medium. I stayed in the medium like 4 months, but before I got my sentencing for the how my disciplinary, my cellie, we both got locked up for the same phone, but it was my phone, right? So instead of him having even to go through the process of getting, more time or whatever they was gonna do, I stood up and told him, "Nah, that's mine. He ain't had nothing to do with that." You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
he ends up going back to the camp. By the time I get out the hole and get to the low, everybody already know, like, this guy right here, he gonna stand on it, whatever whatever situation kind of, because a lot of people, it was even people in the hole with me telling me to fight the case and make him fight it with me. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
No, we ain't gonna do that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Gotta just put shit on him, you, and they really
Right.
just
Come
trying
on
to
now.
fuck everybody off anyway. Yeah.
Right. No, we ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it ended up I ended up going to the low, and my name was pretty much, solidified, or they saluted me when I got over there, and then ended up getting in some more trouble as soon as I get there, because we locked up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm stressed
Right.
out. I told you,
Yeah.
I'm stressed out. So I'm in there with a guy from Arkansas. We smoking a cigarette, and shit, the guard walked in and was like, "Hey, y'all give me that," and I just threw it in the urinal, not thinking. Right. So now he finna charge us with this cigarette and charge him too, because he right here with me. Right. So we going to the on our ways to the captain's office and shit. And I'm knowing he had been down like 8 years. You feel me? And if he get another shot, it's gonna take his point level up. And if his point level go up, he gonna go to another higher level of security. Right. So
Right.
he was
Right.
trying to get to the camp so he could see his girl and touch his kids. You know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much walking to the captain's office. He was like, "Man, I can't take this shot, bro." I said, "Shut up, bro." I said, "I'm gonna take the shot. You know what I'm saying? You get over there to your camp, man. I mean, to their camp, so you can handle your business with your kids, man." I said, "I ain't got about
Right.
4 or 5 months anyway. I do this shit in the hole just by myself, working out and writing and shit." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we go in front of the captain. I get charged. I go to the hole. But when we go in front of this to get our sanction, they don't have the evidence because I threw it in the urinal. You get what I'm saying? So now I get to go back to the compound, and everybody know, like, man, this nigga here, he's straight. You feel me?
Really solid. Really solid.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
how that happened, and I end up getting out, after I did my 6 or 7
Okay.
months
So
in there. But go ahead.
So you had to sit down for 17 months, basically.
Yeah, I
In
had to
federal
do damn near
institution.
max my whole time out there, because I could have got
Right.
out if I wouldn't even had a phone. Probably could have got out in like 9 months. But
Right.
everything happened for a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was your release date?
My release date was February 14, 2000. February 15, 2019.
2019. You were released. Now that you were released into a halfway house, or
Yeah.
you did flat time and you
I
was done.
released to Little Rock Halfway House, City of Faith. I had to
Okay.
do 60 days. I had 60 days.
Okay. 60
Halfway
days at the halfway house.
Yeah.
Now in between that time, in building up to this particular date, July 3rd, 2022. Talk to me about the impact of from then up until July 3rd, 2022, and the revelation that came to your psyche and into your mind about what it is that you were going to do and how you were going to move forward.
I came home to a real, like, kind of I ain't gonna say messed up situation, but it in some people's eyes it'll be messed up. One of my kids' mom was in the life, you know what I'm saying? And I had to pretty much take full responsibility of him. So I I was a full-time dad from the time I came home, and I didn't have no financial or emotional support from her. You know what I mean? To help me with it. You get what I'm saying? And he also needs nurture and everything else stuff that I couldn't, give him. So I had to work and do, still, I just had to work and still, try to take care, because I got 6 boys. You get what I'm saying? So me having 6 kids, just making it off of just a job that I'm making $14, $15 an hour, they ain't gonna pay enough. You feel me?
So let me ask you this. Williams. let me ask you this, because you can throw stuff out there to me, but I don't want to speed bump past it because some people might not understand, and I just need some clarity. Now you're saying that the baby mama or your old lady was in the life. Now that I could take that a couple of different ways. Now, was she addicted to drugs? Was she out there working in the street? Was she moving drugs? Was she gang affiliated? What do you mean exactly when you say she was in the life?
The drug problem, real bad drug problem, and I also
Okay. Gotcha. Right. Okay, you breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's the internet connection.
It's happening. I don't know if it's mine or yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I want everybody to hear this story crystal clear, because your message is powerful, brother. Your message is powerful, and the things that you've actually accomplished, you know what I'm saying? Given your situation and circumstances, is beyond not comprehension, but beyond belief in terms of where you are present day, knowing what you've gone through. And all I can do is just appreciate your story. So I want everybody to hear what it is that you're going through. How about now? Are we working now? Are we good?
I hear a little static.
You can't hear me too good?
I can hear you. I just hear static too a little bit. But I mean,
Yeah, it's breaking up, man. It's breaking up. How about come off and then try to come back into it. Try to come off and come back into it.
Go to a commercial. I'm trying to move around. See if it's you hear?
I can hear you, but it was breaking up. I didn't hear what you were saying to me.
Yeah, it's like every time you talk, it's just static. It's like, but I can still hear you though.
Okay. Let's come out and then come back into it. All right. Yes, indeed. I don't want y'all to miss nothing that is being said today. This is a major story that I want y'all to hear. Yes, indeed. And I want Brother Jamal to give you guys, the experience. I want you to feel the experience. I want you to go through it, step by step in terms of what he's gone through, how he came up with his platform, Federal Nightmares, and where he's taking it, and who he's actually been doing business with since he's gotten everything jumped off. Okay. All right. I got you back, Brother Williams.
I did hear static when you talk. That's it. But I can still hear you though.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah,
now
man.
We just need picture. I don't have a picture of you. No video.
What I need to, hold on. Damn. There you go. Oh. Is that it? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
We good now?
Oh, we
in there. Over in the church parking lot in the Federal Nightmare Bank.
Okay.
We in there like well, man.
There you go. Oh yeah, perfect, bro, perfect. Okay, so we were talking about your son's mother situation. She wasn't adequate enough at the time to take care of the boys, and that responsibility was put on your back. Keep on going, brother.
Yeah, responsibility put on my back. So I I still had to dibble and dabble a little bit, but at the same time, I had a job because I had to work. You got to work when you're on federal probation. You got to have some type of
Right.
income, a check coming in. But you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do all the way up until I got off federal papers, right? So this had to be. I got off federal papers in April, and once I got off, I was pretty cool, you know, pretty straight, and I mean,
You dropping out on me again. It got to be that internet connection. It got to be the internet connection. It got to be the internet connection. Brother Kenneth Lovett. Big shout out to Kenneth Lovett, Federal Nightmares Radio and podcast. He says, I believed in Brother Jamal the day he told me about starting the podcast. Yes, we're going to get off into it. We're going to get this thing right. We're going to make sure that you guys hear this story tonight. I can assure you. Give Brother Jamal an opportunity to get to a situation where he can get his internet connection locked in and good to go. Yeah, keep on working on it, man. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna examine this entire story, you know. In the meantime and in between time, while we're working on that, for you artists, any artists that are out there that want to actually participate in our programming and get onto our segment with the artist segment, this one is for you. Are you an independent artist looking for real exposure and an honest discussion about your music and your brand? If this is you, and if that's the case, I am currently accepting submissions for my Friday Artist Spotlight segment on Industry Talk, where I highlight rising independent artists, discuss your journey, along with putting your work in front of a growing audience of content creators, executives, and tastemakers. To submit your information, follow the content submission link in my bio on Instagram, or follow the link in the description on Facebook. So this is about real artists, real stories, and real opportunities. If you're working, building, and you're serious about your craft, I definitely want to hear. And it's always beautiful people. This is about health, wealth, and wisdom. Stay down. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can you talk to me? Talk to me, Jamal. Talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's still coming in and out. It's still coming in and out. Let's try to get it all the way right. G Fury AI Entertainment. Look here, man. I don't need them sidebars about the 49ers. I know the 49ers kicked my Eagles' ass. It's all good, but I don't need them sidebars. I already cussed everybody out who was 49er fan yesterday. So don't have me on this live cussing people out. Boy, you almost had me curse. Don't have me cuss nobody out behind my goddamn Eagles today. I'm trying to be peaceable today. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my brother, the consigliere, my brother Passport School over there in the Carolinas, and ORN Bell Gang, or ORM Bell Gang, and of course Hussein S. Allah. Okay, my brother Trey. Big shout out. Thank y'all for joining the live. We're gonna get my brother. We're gonna get my brother in this thing. Ain't that something? And see, boy, y'all ain't no good. Kenneth Lovett, you know what I'm saying? DC for life, you know what I'm saying? Cry Eagles cry. Yes. It was painful to watch, but you ain't gotta kick a brother when they down, man. You ain't gotta kick a brother when they down, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I can take it. I got tough skin. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to be in the Super Bowl game in the Bay Area, but for some odd reason, it just didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. I am waiting for Brother Jamal to get his internet situation squared away so that we can get back into this conversation. It's a great conversation. We're going to talk about Federal Nightmares, one of the hottest growing podcasts on the planet. He's been doing business with Lil Boosie. He was invited out to Jamie Foxx's house party. He's, of course, interviewed my good friend Freya Ricky Ross, as well as a few others that we're going to sit there and engage in conversation with. These guys are really making a mark when it comes to what he's been up to and what he's got going on. So let's see if we got okay. We locked in?
What's say?
I see you.
Yeah, I'm paying the motherfucker right now.
I got you.
Shit.
Can you hear me, Jamal?
Yeah, you ready?
Oh yeah, we good.
Yeah,
we good.
Now.
Oh yeah, we locked in. Good stuff. So
all right, bro. All right.
So we were talking about let's kick it back off where we were. We were talking about the family situation. Once you had gotten released, after you did them 60 days at the halfway house, you got released. You ended up having to take your son because mom's wasn't able to do that. So talk to me about, how hard it was and the things that you were going through just to make sure that your kids had food, a house with a roof over your head, clothes, school, talk to me. You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
I don't know, brother.
Hello? Can you hear me? How about now? Are we locked in now? Yes, indeed. Boy, I sure hate that we not getting this interview. Man, Dallas Cowboys sitting at home too, so you ain't got nothing to talk about, man. Dallas Cowboys. Boy, I tell you, we are still we got the title for the NFC. Yeah, for the East. I know that much. Yes, indeed. Jamal, can you hear me?
Freeway. What up, my OG?
I don't know why you can't hear me.
Freeway.
We're gonna get it all squared away.
What up, my OG?
Can you hear me? Yes, indeed. I'm not sure why it's not coming through or why you can't hear me, but I sure hate that. Because the conversation was getting good. We were about to get into it real heavy about what's going on in my brother's life. Let me try to bring him to the stage again. Hello, Jamal, can you hear me? Yes, indeed. If you can hear me in the chat in the live, let me know, everybody. If y'all can hear me, let me know, because it might be on my end. If y'all can hear me, let me know. If y'all can't hear me, let me know you can't hear me, because we're going to figure it out. Give me a heads up that y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Lovett. Okay, so it's not on my end. All right. Okay. So for some odd reason, I can't hear Brother Jamal on his end. And I sure hate that because um, the brother has a great story, an awesome story to tell. And I don't want to tell the story. I mean, I've got the background on it. I've got everything that I want to express to you about what's going on, but I want him to tell you the story. I need him to sit there and, in his words, let you know what it is that he's been going through, what he's experienced, and how he's been resilient through it all. He's going through the fire himself and come out on the other side with a refreshing message for the world. And Federal Nightmares, if in fact you can follow them on IG at Federal Nightmares with a Z, not an S, underscore on IG, and of course Federal Nightmares on Facebook as well, and they have a YouTube page that you need to follow. Also, some very great interviews. Yes, yes. Okay, you tapped in. Can you hear me now? Good, 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 good. Okay.
I can hear you on here though.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Well, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it work how we need to make it work. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. We're gonna make it work how we need to make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so without me doing a whole bunch of talking, let's go into the situation. Baby mama situation. You taking care of the kids. Go ahead on. Follow it on up with what you were talking about. Situation. Baby mama situation.
So you know that situation, it was very stressful on me because I had to do it all alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of stagnated my my growth, but I sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying? So when I came one day out, I got off papers. I got off federal papers, and I had came outside. I used to manifest early in the morning, man. Listen to a little waterfall I had out. It would be the first only time I would rather get some peace before anybody started calling my phone or anybody started asking me for anything. It would be the only time I would get some peace. And I told God, I said, God, I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? When I said I don't want to do this no more, I don't want to be in the streets no more. You know what I mean? So I told him, guide me where you want me to go and remove anybody from my life that don't mean me no good. Right? So once that did that, I wanted my son to see me trying to help his mom. So I ended up taking her to Houston to a rehabilitation center. And once I dropped off, I stopped in Dallas and hollered at one of my partners.
You're breaking up again.
And we had been incarcerated together. So, so he had told me a story, he went through his story about once he got out. He had got rid of the female that, was well off. And bought a radio station. So I'm like,
Jamal, it's breaking up, brother. I mean, I can't even hear what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it's not coming through. I don't know why it's chopping up like that.
We try it again. I'm gonna try it for the other phone.
Yes, indeed. We are tuned in with my brother Jamal Paper Williams, um, and this is one of the stories that I definitely need you guys to pay attention to and to take heed to. Big shout out to Sean Champion, my brother Scummy, um, Joblaze, Jerry and Smith with the Cloud Chronicles. Big shout out to you guys for joining live. Herb Williams, a man down in Tampa, Florida. Coach Malachi. Okay,
We back.
we in there. We
We
good?
in there. I had to switch phones on you.
Okay, it's all good. It's
I
all
had to
good. Whatever
switch.
we got to do,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, we locked
Whatever
in
we
now.
got to do. Okay, good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Um. So let's follow on up with it. Let's get back into it. Because you was letting everybody know about what you had to go through um once you got out of the halfway house, after serving 17 months in Yazoo City at the federal institution there. And of course, you were breaking up a little bit. So let's go back so that
We
people
had
will know.
little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're
Okay, once I
difficult.
came home,
Yeah,
I had to come home to the circumstances of, being a single father, having to do a lot, have to carry a bunch of the burden on my back. You know what I'm saying? And not only was that
right.
my only child, I also had other kids too. So, like I said, you know, had to get my hands a little dirty a few times. You know what I'm saying? But once I realized I didn't want to do it no more, I asked God to just guide me where He wanted me. I got off federal papers. I come out, every morning, sometime about 6 or 7 in the morning before everybody wake up so I can give me a peace of mind. And I used to listen to a waterfall. You know what I'm saying? And I told God I didn't want to do what I was doing no more and guide me where He wanted me to go and remove anybody from my life that don't mean me no good. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So once I wanted my son to visually be able to see me trying to help his mom versus, so I took her to a rehabilitation center in Houston and drop her off in Houston and go to Dallas. And I actually just was in Dallas chilling because I got a couple friends up there. Just relaxing. I was happy to be off federal papers. I was just able to kind of just breathe a little bit. But you know what I mean? So one of my friends had seen me on Facebook and he was like, "Man, won't you in Dallas?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, what you on?" He was like, "Meet me at this hookah bar." You know what I'm saying? In Carrollton. So I meet him over there at the hookah bar. And he was telling me, "Yeah, man, when I got out, I married a rich bitch and bought a radio station." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that motherfucker downtown Dallas, high rise, 10th floor." So I'm like, "Damn." He said, "If you want to, you can come down there and start your own radio show or podcast or something." So I'm like, "But I know what I prayed for." You feel me?
Right.
So I'm like, "Damn." So when he tell me that, I'm kind of like, "Damn." So I look at him real confused, like, what the fuck I'm gonna call it? You know what I'm saying? Like, his name Poyo. I was like, "Poyo, what the fuck am I gonna call it?" So he looked at me like, "Nigga, it's yours." And it was like, man. So I felt like I'm on the spot. I got to come up. I probably could have came up with the name a few days later or something like that, but I kind of felt like he put me on the spot. You know what I mean? So I was like, shit. And it was like, man, I never felt this feeling in my life, man. It was like God dropped a coin in a gold coin in my top of my head, and it just flowed out like gold. And I said, "Federal nightmares, nigga." And it was like it was a puzzle everywhere, literally. You know what I'm saying? And I said that July 2nd, 2022, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it didn't even nobody know what it was. It was out the blue. It was I was on Facebook saying I got a podcast coming out, but I never even had a logo at this time. You get what I'm saying? I never had no merch. No, I never had none of this. Didn't know how to do it or anything. So one of my partners from the third grade, he called me, but he's in that film. He's a producer. He does a lot of stuff for his production and film and documentaries and stuff like that. So he called me and he was like, "Man, Paper, what you on, man?" I was like, "Nigga, you see what I'm on, nigga? I've got this Federal Nightmares, nigga, this Paper Productions, this One Mob Entertainment." You know, I said all three of them just like that because that's the visions that I had, right? So when I said that to him, it's like he hung up on me. So at this particular time, I had been saying this stuff, but I hadn't had no visuals or nothing to show nobody. I just got it by word of mouth, right? So he ended up about 5 minutes later, because he thinking I'm crazy or some shit now. You know what I'm saying? So about 5 or 10 minutes later, he sent me my very first promo commercial as a visual for where I could see it. You see what I'm saying? Federal Nightmares coming soon. Woo, 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 woo. You see what I'm saying? And once I seen that, it was like the hair on the back of my neck, man. It stood up, man, and I just took off. So my grandmother died September 18th, 2020. I mean, September 18th, 2015. So I always try to keep her close to me or something, you know, so I can have in remembrance of my grandmother. So the day that she passed, I made that the day that I come out with my first episode. You see what I'm saying? And it was on the Real Underground Radio, DFW. I didn't even have my own Federal Nightmare YouTube page or none of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So once September 18, 2022 came, I did my first episode. I don't know nothing about interviewing. I don't know nothing really about podcasting or anything. I just jumped head first in it. And it did pretty good on the Real Underground Radio. It did some pretty good numbers. I think it was because I was promoting it so much, and most people probably didn't even never think that day was gonna come where I was gonna do my first show. You see what I'm saying? So for me to get through that first show and then still get a lot of views, that gave me a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? And I continued to do it for maybe, I think I might have did 4 or 5 episodes on that platform. And I end up starting my own YouTube. And I started going to Memphis and St. Louis and just moving around. I got a big time interview from a guy named BG from Memphis. Free BG. He just recently got incarcerated on some stuff up there, but he actually was one of the first social media influencers to really like open his doors up to me in Memphis. You know what I mean? So I'm always be, you know, shouting out BG because he helped me along the journey. So when I
So let me ask you this then, because
and then
since you jumped off the porch and you pretty much solidified, you know, the name, the path that you were going to take, how you're going to approach it. Talk to me about some of the influential names that have actually, you know, sat down with you and had conversations with you for Federal Nightmares. Give me some of the hot names.
For on the show?
On the show with you, you know, because I know you sat down with Boosie.
On the show, I got Boosie on there. I got Freeway Rick on there. I got Judge Joe Brown on there.
Right.
I also have an Oscar nominee on there. Guy that was nominated for an Oscar his name's Arlo Washington. And I have a senator. I've had senators on there. I've also had a guy named Finesse's Only Club. He has over 500,000 followers on Instagram. Got a guy named Rich and it's the same guy. He's got Finesse's Only Club and Rich and Unemployed. But he ended up we was incarcerated together. He got out. His platform took off. Mine started to take off. He ended up putting me on his. We put it on both of ours. And then he just ended up getting incarcerated probably almost about 8 months ago. So it's like, as I've been going, along my path, I've been losing a lot of soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And people
Right.
who really wanted to see me win and put me in position.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm
Um,
gonna help people and put them in position.
right. Now, how did you make that connection? Let's start with Boosie first. How did you make that connection with Boosie?
Actually, that connection was it was supposed to be a joint venture with a guy that I knew. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a joint venture where me and him was supposed to book him for a show. He
Right.
previously had a relationship with Boosie. So I pretty much let him go ahead and deal with that aspect of it because he had done it before and they
Mhm.
already had a relationship. So I was just a silent, like kind of really a silent investor because I was gonna try to maybe get him on my show. Because when I picked him up from the airport that day in my Federal Nightmare van. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but I was just gonna holler at him, learn the promotion game, because like I said, I do got paper productions. So I was gonna learn the promotion game and probably make me some money and holler at him about being on the show, right? So it ended up going left, like all the way left,
Mhm.
right? So the next day, when I wake up, me and Boosie took a picture beside my van when I dropped him off at the airport. You say Federal Nightmares on the side, right? And me and him standing back to back, back to the van, taking a picture. And but social media had put it up. This is the guy that didn't pay Boosie. Woo woo woo, Blue Rock, him right here, paper, blah blah blah. So now that's the first thing I see when I wake up from the night that I knew it already had went bad. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So now I remember I had got Boosie. No, I had got Boosie manager phone number. I mean, not manager, but DJ. Right.
Mhm.
So that was the first person I called. I called him and I said, "Hey man, is Boosie at that hotel still?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Man, tell him I'm finna come down there and fix that shit. You gotta clear my name. I ain't had nothing to do with that like that." You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So when I get down there, by the time I get there, uh Boosie was in the room. He's finna get ready to go to the airport. I tell him, look, man, give me maybe like 2 hours or whatever to come up with this money, man. But I'm gonna pay you back end, clear my name, bro, and we'll get back to the business later. You feel me?
Mhm.
So he was like, all right, so he had to go, but I thought it was gonna take me 2 hours, but honestly, it probably took about 30 minutes because one of my close friends that I met in the feds ended up letting me borrow the money. You know what I'm saying? And he shit, I was right back at him with the bread, but by the time I got back, he was on the plane, so we was talking on FaceTime. So he took a picture of me, and then he said once he get off the plane in Atlanta, he gonna clear my name. So shit, I had to listen to that, look at that shit, man, for about, man, I just really had to get off of it, man. You had people I thought that was rocking with me and shit, all on there laughing and motherfucking kid. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
once Boosie got off the plane, and not mind you, I'm still out of 50,000. You see what I'm saying? Because Boosie never performed.
Right.
So now when Boosie get off the plane, Boosie's first post he make, he come through like, hey, Pay Productions, he good with me. That nigga solid. He handled his business. And then he said what he said about the other ones, but I didn't have no control over that. What I had control over was what me and him had to go on. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And but he also told me, hey, come out to my house in 2 weeks. I'm having a pool party. I need you there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bet. So that 2 weeks was one of the hardest 2 weeks of my life, man. Mentally. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I felt played. And you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money to lose like that. You see what I'm saying? I had worked up saving this shit from the podcast. I was just off the ground with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was selling merch and shit too. So it pretty much took all my little nest egg. See what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I had to deal with just not doing nothing stupid. Like I was mentally like out of it. I wasn't even like Boosie told me to come, but mentally I couldn't even go because I wasn't there. Because I still wanna, oh, this ain't right. You see what I'm saying? So he called me on the Thursday, man. The party was on the Saturday. Boosie was like, Paper, you still coming? I was like, hell yeah. You know, I'm just off the top because it's him calling, right? So I rounded up my little crew and my team, and we smashed out. Man, when I got through that gate, they rolled the red carpet out for me. You know what I'm saying? They waited. Me and Boosie talked. I walked up to him. He was like, shook my hand, looked me in the eyes. He said, I appreciate what you did, Paper. I said, oh man, we ain't do shit but get the fuck niggas out the way. You hear me? Let's get it. He said, let's get it. So from that point on, I done got in a party mode. You feel me? I get back to Boo when we talk about this motherfucking interview later on. I'm finna party. This is a topless pool party. You feel me? And I'm in here and I done stamped with Boo. So I'm chilling for about 2 hours. Next thing I know, my nephew come get me. He like, hey, it's this dude over here at the bar, man. He wants you, man. He found out I was your nephew. He told me come get you. I'm like, who the fuck is it? Because I'm chilling. I'm having a nice time in here, right? So he motherfucking convinced me to go over there. I go over there. He walk up to me, say, hey, man, my name is Julius Archie, badass ATM. I'm Pimp C nephew. I've been around Boots since I was 15 years old. We appreciate what you did for the family. You locked in for life. Tell that nigga who did that shit, you appreciate it. You feel me? And that's how they treated me ever since that party, 2 weeks after that shit happened. Man, I done been all over the world with Boots.
Right.
For real. He wearing my merch and videos. He the whole entourage wearing my clothes. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just that actually happened in Little Rock. It was a you gonna fold or turn the gold moment. You get what I'm saying? And I chose to turn the gold. I wasn't finna let that leave my legacy for where I got my kids behind me, and you gonna be the nigga known for not paying Boost. Your kids is. It's gonna go down. It's gonna trickle down. You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't. That's what I said. I said that on the episode with him. I said I seen him with his kids, and I was thought about my kids. I wouldn't want no nigga to play with me on the road like that on Father's Day. You feel me? That man could have been anywhere in the world, man. So I just felt like I was supposed to do the right thing, and I did. It's been paid off like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's yeah, for real.
Yeah, the blessings of being solid.
That's family. Huh?
Yeah. I said the blessings of being
solid. Badass ENT is family. Just like if I don't make that move, I don't get the I don't get the freeway rate. You see what I'm saying? Right. But I'm not seeing it like that at the time. You feel me? So it's all my purpose I'm walking in.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Good stuff. So speaking of Rick's situation, all right. How did you make that connection with my brother Freeway?
Actually, it was a promoter that had emailed me named Pat. He had emailed me honestly on the move. It was on my Federal Nightmares email. He emailed me saluting me about what I did in Little Rock with Boosie. I never knew him from a can of paint. You see what I'm saying? So when I get there, he like, man, I'm a promoter. I got a lot of connections, man. I salute what you did. If you ever need anything or need any help or something, I might can help you. Hit me up. So I end up hitting him up. And he ended up asking me, talked about a few things, you know what I'm saying? But he asked me would I want to get Freeway Rick on my show. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing Federal Nightmares. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up getting me Echo number. And once I got lined in with Echo lined me in with Unc. I call him Unc now, man. We've been all out in California and everywhere together.
Okay, so you're talking about Pat Phillips out of the Arkansas area. He lived out in Florida now.
That my boy Pat. That my boy Pat, man. Mr. Everything,
Yeah.
man. Shout out Mr. Everything, man. Real nigga, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Real good friends with my brother Pat. He online with us right now.
Yeah, that's my dog. For real.
Yes, indeed.
Pat done helped me out tremendously, man. For real.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I talked to Pat and 86 Stacks and the whole 9 yards, man. They're part of the family. They're part of the crew, man.
Yeah.
So you say you linked up with Echo, linked up with Rick, got Rick on the show. So keep going, man. Let us know about
actually,
how that all evolved.
Yeah, okay. I was honestly finna do a 2-in-1 that weekend. I was gonna do Freeway Rick in Jackson and then go do Boosie in Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Freeway Rick had to end up going to, like, he had to shoot back. It was an emergency. He had to leave, right? So we canceled. I ended up interviewing Boosie. So I pushed Freeway Rick's off. And one of my a guy that I met on Facebook on Instagram that had a podcast, If These Walls Can Talk. He had invited me to a weed convention up there, like a weed event he was having, and he was having Rick there at the same time. So once he invited me up there, I was like, well, shit, I might as well. That's why I said I interviewed him in my van that I'm in right now. I was like, shit, I might as well drive to Cleveland, do the weed event, promote my brand, and go on. You see what I'm saying? And that's when me and Echo and Freeway and them locked in. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Get on. Yeah.
I'm still here. I just got you on the main screen. Talk to me.
Yeah. So that's how we went out there to fuck with BJ. BJ had the weed convention jumping, with marijuana legal out there. So it was just me was out there chilling. Rick out there selling books. I did the interview in the van. It's on my YouTube page. Me and Freeway Rick. I called it Freeway Federal. Go check that shit out. And we just locked in after that. So I think me and Rick, I didn't probably after that. Man, can't even count how many numerous times me and Rick been together. We was just at Jamie Foxx's house together on New Year. You feel what I'm saying? So Rick is Rick family to me now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody that came upon this Federal Nightmare journey, man, that's to help me and really, you know what I'm saying, just really help me out. They part of the family, dog. Like, for real.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna speed bump past, you being invited out to Jamie's place with Rick and everything. So talk to me about that and that experience.
Honestly, you never know who watching you, man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And I have a brand. I have some leather jackets that cost like $750. They same material as Louis and Gucci and Louis Vuitton, right? Same real leather. I end up having a woman that I didn't know from California, from LA, buying it, right? She bought the jacket. So this was about a year ago. So anybody that spend that type of money with me, even if I think I got to send you a Merry Christmas text, or I thank you for supporting the brand, or I appreciate you. You see what I'm saying? And I hope your New Year is filled with love, joy, and money. And you know what I'm saying? So I sent out one of those to all my Federal Nightmare family, and they end up hitting me back. But come to find out that she was telling one of her friends about my jacket that worked for Jamie, right? And she was like, no, not only do he got clothes, this nigga got a mental health platform. You feel me? So once they seen that, I guess they gave in to Jamie, and they said, hey, we want you out here for New Year's. Straight like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, me and Rick didn't come together. We just run into each other at that motherfucker. That's how it be. I ran into the goddamn I ran into the nigga in the club in Little Rock one night. I'm like, goddamn, you following me? But shit, no, for real. But nah, me and Unc like this, man. But yeah, he be everywhere. We both be moving around, pushing our brand. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it out there, man.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So how was the party, man? How was that interaction with Jamie Foxx? I saw some of the behind the scenes footage that you've been pushing out
Oh
and putting
man,
out
it was
on your platforms.
man, that was one of the best experiences I ever experienced in my life. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? First off, that's a A-list actor, Grammy Award winner. I
That's
mean,
right.
Golden Globe Award winner. The list goes on and on. So
That's
it
right.
ain't nothing that you can miss Jamie on for his entertainment. Even if you
That's
want to
right.
go back to the Jamie Foxx show A Living Color, Jamie got your ass. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for
Right.
me to walk through that door, bro, well, especially when I pulled up through the gate, man, it was like I was going to Never Land or something. It was like
Hmm.
trees on both sides lit up like, you know what I'm saying, all the way up into the house. You know what I'm saying? And when I got in the house, man, I seen Jamie. Jamie seen me. And when Jamie seen me, he did me like this. And I did him like that. I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. And then so once that happened, he was having his mother birthday party on a whole nother wing of the house, right? So about 11:20, he came out and did that speech where he by the pool table. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
He did a speech where he said, yeah. And the message he gave to that speech about having courage and believing in yourself and making that deal happen and you know what I'm saying, apologizing to people when you're wrong. You know, it was like he was talking to me. I know it was a lot of other people in the room, but it was like he was speaking to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
And after he got done with his speech, he walked around. I watched him. He shook about 2 or 3 people's hand, and then he came and shook my hand. You feel me?
Hmm. Yeah.
And then when he shook my hand, it kind of started me because he was like, "Oh yeah, you made it out here," like type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of started me because it like, God damn. I was like, "Hey man, let me go and get a picture real quick." So that's when we took the picture.
Yeah.
But that wasn't our our last interaction. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
told him that Freeway was on his way up there. He told me, "Oh man, quit bullshit." So then that wasn't our third interaction. He introduced me to his mom. He introduced me to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? The one that played the guitar shit. He introduced me to his uncle, his son-in-law. So all this shit happening so fast, I don't play it back in my mind till I did get damn near back to Arkansas. Like it's like two
Right.
days later, because I'm thinking like, ain't nobody like that on that type of statue gonna invite you to their residence on no New Year's Eve where their mama having an 84th birthday party unless they done did their research on you. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna introduce you to their family unless they did their research on you.
Right.
So I already know what it is. And for me to get in there and see them Grammys where I can taste them and I can see those Golden Globes where I can really just not just see them on the phone or see, you see what I'm saying? I knew that's where I was supposed to be, bro. You feel
Good
me?
deal. Good
And
stuff.
I'm coming for all that, man. I'm coming for
Right.
all that. And like I said, we advocate mental health. I didn't know that Jamie was a big mental health advocate at the time until I got back. But I said
Right.
that's even more reason because that's what they actually showed him. They showed him my mental health work. I got a bunch
Right.
of mental health clips and stuff I call paper stats, and they're
Hmm.
mental health statistics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 So it's a
Okay.
it's a divine path I'm on, man. I feel like, and I feel like God just got me on a trail. I'm walking down a trail, and He's sending me everything out that I need. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I
Good
ain't gonna
stuff.
lie, it ain't like I ain't had to fight with no lions, tigers, and bears to keep going to that light, but I kept
Right.
going. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I'm also
indeed.
finna have a therapist on my show. I'm bringing a therapist on my show. Her name is Dr. Tina Hill Edgecombe out of Houston, Texas. She's gonna be my personal therapist for Federal Nightmare. So
Okay.
beware of that. That's coming real soon.
You were also, I think, I had read somewhere you were also looking for additional host, female, male host to join you on the show. What is that about?
Yeah. I actually need, sometimes you need other people to help you push your message, and that can open up can crack open some doors that you maybe can't crack. So if I can get a
Right.
female on here discussing postpartum depression and shit like that, that can bring another, avenue to federal nightmares, which can eventually help someone.
Right. Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
I
Because
do.
that's, mental health is mental health. It just don't, it affects everybody from all angles. You know what I mean? So I want to
Yes.
do early childhood mental health seminars. You know what I'm saying? It's endless where you can go with the mind, because that's your everything.
Right.
But you gotta have
Okay.
it right.
You gotta have it right. Big shout out
Yeah.
to Gary Woods 334, Jelly Luck, I am Goonie Baby, and the rest of the crew that has joined us. Because I'm looking through we streaming on all of these platforms, from Twitch to IG, YouTube,
Big fella.
Facebook, and I'm just giving everybody their shout outs. Right now that have joined the live, I'm speaking with Brother Jamal Paper Williams, the proprietor and founder of Federal Nightmares, and his mental health issues that he's been championing and letting folks know, hey man, we all go through it, but there are ways that you can deal with these things. He's going to bring on a psychiatrist, a psychologist onto his platform to help folks deal with some things. So if in fact they need to reach out to you, Brother Williams, how do they find you through social media? Give them the rundown.
You can find me on Federal Nightmare Podcast on YouTube, Federal Nightmare Podcast 5011 on YouTube. You can find me on
And that's with a
Facebook,
Z. That's
Jamal
with a
Paper
Z.
with a Z. Oh yeah, everything that's spelled with a Z, because I keep that as a mental note, because when I first started, everybody was sleeping on me. So I put the Z on there because I keep that as like motivation, because when people sleep on me, it give me more gas. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It just give me more fire when people don't, and they not supposed to see your vision. But when people take you lightly, like you a small fry or something, it kind of put a little flame in me. You feel me? So once I started, I didn't have nobody that believed in it when I started, man. You know what I'm saying? So and I didn't know how to start a clothing line. I didn't know how to do any of that, man. But I just kept going, and as I kept going, I just kept picking up tools, putting them in the toolbox, picking up, making relationships. You know what I'm saying? Getting locked in with real resources and real people that's on real time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how you can have all the money in the world, but what you got right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all the money gonna come, but you stay real and solid. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the test. Yeah.
Okay. So Federal Nightmares with a Z.
Federal Nightmares with a Z. 5011 5011 at YouTube. Jamal Paper Williams on Facebook. Federal Nightmares _ with a Z on Instagram. Federal Nightmares Paper on TikTok. So I'm on every platform. I got a Twitch. I need to step my Twitch game up. That's where the real paper at. Need to step my Twitch game up. I got a Twitch. I just don't be on
right now as well.
But I have my biggest following is on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get my YouTube actually right at 4,000 subscribers. It's coming on up. It started from 1. And I'm thinking might have had it up 2 years. So it's doing good. The episode with Boosie went viral. Like, it went crazy and got remixed all over the internet. Everybody stole that interview and just took certain lines and certain clips from it. But that's how I knew it was a classic as well.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And look, that's how I knew when I was at Jamie House, December 31st, 2025. I released that episode with Boosie December 31st, 2024. And 1 year later, to the date, I was counting down the new year with Jamie Foxx. That's how I know when you on your path and you on your journey and you pouring your all into it, it's gonna work. And it's just the beginning, man. We just getting started. You know,
Yes,
we just getting
indeed.
started, man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Brother Williams, is there anything that you need to convey to the masses, to the people that are actually that might not necessarily be here with us right now, but you know, when they tune in later and press the rewind button, is there anything that you need to let them know about what you got going on? What's your next move? What's coming down the pipeline with Federal Nightmares? Who's up next with some of the interviews that you're going to be doing?
The interviews, I kind of like try to keep them with. I hit you in the head with. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I would go around the corner and interview a regular Joe, somebody that's really going through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when I'm really finna get back to the real people. And I ain't saying the people I had on here wasn't real, but
Right.
people who really, you know, going through stuff that want to tell a story, I give them an opportunity to come on my platform and you know, express their story and try to help them. So it give them an outlet to just let it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got new merch coming, new Federal Nightmare merch coming. Like I said, it's spread it all over the industry right now.
Okay.
Then we got a Federal Nightmares the series coming out. You get what I'm saying? We giving back, we're going around talking to juvenile detention centers. You know what I mean? We're gonna give back to the community and have us a couple back to school giveaways this year. So
Good.
it's all coming full circle, man. And I'm just appreciative of the support and appreciative of the love that I've been getting, you know, since I've been doing it. And it's like I said, it's taking off. And it's been hard because it's been times where I wanted to quit, where I didn't think it was working, you know. And God would just send me another little jewel or just send me another little something to tell, you know, to make me like, you keep going. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's the biggest platform in the game. I'm the biggest CEO. They know. Big paper, man. Federal Nightmares, man. We here to stay. Like, we ain't going nowhere, man. Took it from the mud to Jamie House.
Right. That's right. that is
yeah, man. I appreciate.
Well, that's really phenomenal, Jamal. That is
man.
Some
I
awesome
appreciate that,
conversation.
man.
And whether you realize it or not,
like
you're going to inspire individuals, not necessarily to follow in your path, but along their journey to know that quitting isn't an option.
Nah.
You have to keep perseverance. You have to keep pushing through. You got to keep pushing through.
Keep pushing through. Yeah.
And I appreciate you for coming on to our platform. I mean, minus the technical difficulty stuff, and that ain't no big issue.
Sorry about that. I think, man. You know, the devil always try to, you know, come in and throw you off
I don't even
sometimes.
stress over that. You know what I'm saying? It's a virtual situation. We still been talking on this thing for a good hour and 30 minutes because we jumped on at 4:30. You and I jumped on at 4:30. So you know, just to let you know, man, when you're having good conversation and you have a great message that you're pushing out to the people, time flies by because it means something. It's valuable, and people can pull some jewels out of this and know that, hey, man, I'm talking to a brother who got locked down, got caught up in some nonsense, you know, had a situation with family, you know, and we didn't go too in depth. Maybe the next time we get on this thing and we talk, we go in depth with some family issues, some family stuff, you know, but you end up having to take care of all your kids, you know, your son and the whole 9 yards. And you still, even in the midst of janky promoters doing some sideways stuff, you still held up for that, you know, on the Boosie front, which solidified.
And we brought Boosie back.
Right.
We brought Boosie back to Pine Bluff, though. That's how I was at. That stuff happened in Little Rock, but I brought him back to UAPB for homecoming. And that, you know what I'm saying? We did that together. Me and my team, you know, like me and Boosie, I'm a assistant too. You see what I'm saying? Just by off that move, and they know I'm solid, man. No, I brought him back to the bluff. That was the most gratifying moments for me because he hadn't been there in so long, and I knew I was done wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for us to bring him back to Pine Bluff and not be no violent acts, no fighting, no nothing to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that's we made history up there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
indeed.
that we're gonna continue to do it. We're gonna bring him back next year.
Yeah, and
we're
if I'm
gonna
not
bring him back
mistaken,
to the bluff.
that was a sold out show.
Sold out show, man.
That's right.
Went crazy in the bluff.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So everything worked out like it was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful that I'm, able to keep going, and I got the connections that I got, and we just gonna continue to grow and keep moving in a positive direction, man.
That is phenomenal and awesome. We are talking with Mr. Jamal Paper Williams, proprietor of Federal Nightmares podcast. Make sure you all lock in with Brother Williams and Federal Nightmares. That's with a Z, Nightmares with a Z, across all social media platforms, and lock into the movement, lock into the story, lock into what, in fact, this brother is saying to the world as it relates to connecting with celebrity interviews and even common folk interviews, but even more so the mental health platform that he's presenting to the world, and how, your mental health is your mental wealth, and you definitely want to stay on top of it being a sound mind, sound body, because at the same time, there are a lot of inferences along his journey where he could have broken. He could have crashed out. He could have fallen apart. He could have just, lost it and said the hell with it, like a lot of brothers do, go do something crazy and end up right back in prison, you see. But from 2022, July 3rd of 2022 to present day, he's been on a voyage, and it's like the stock market. That thing just kept steadily rising. So the stock of Federal Nightmares is going through the roof. It's steadily going up. And I appreciate you for taking the time and joining us on Industry Talk here on the Primetime Network and being a part of our show. And I'm going to give you the last word, Jamal. I want you to talk to the people. I'm going to give you the last word.
Man, I know what I'm addressing is mental health, but like I said, I'm just trying to help the community, man, and change the stigma of getting mental health assistance is weak, strong, or soft in the Black community. And I'm just, it's a platform for all mental health illnesses as well, too. So I'm just not gonna box it in for that. Like I said, I'm bringing a psychiatrist on to you can be able to reach out to us, and we can get you the help and the resources that you need. But at the same time, we got a clothing brand, we got movies coming out, we got music coming out. We just got a lot of stores, but all the stuff that I name is my outlets. You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn your outlets, find your triggers, you know what I'm saying? And just learn how to cope with them, and everything ain't gonna be easy, but I feel like, if you find your outlets, it can help you out a lot,
Right.
So tap in to Federal Nightmares, man. We got the biggest platform sweeping the nation right now. It's trailblazing, and it's really educational. But at the same time, we're gonna pop our shit and look good on that too. You feel me?
Yes, indeed. And I appreciate you, Jamal, man. Look, this can't be the last time we jump on this thing and do this here.
Oh man, come on, man. I told you we locked in, bro. You already know. You know me and Unc locked in. You know me and Unc.
Yeah.
That's Unc. Yeah. So we straight.
Already.
You know that,
Already. And
I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you too, bro. All right,
Thank
man.
you now.
They take over
to all the beautiful people out there.
Man.
Yes, indeed. To all the beautiful people out there, y'all already know with me, man, it's always about health, wealth, and wellness. So make sure you stay dangerous, beautiful people. Stay dangerous. You've been locked into another great episode of Primetime Pod. Major salute to our guest. And remember, ain't no time like primetime.
This is your main man, Big G, with Industry Talk. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our network, Primetime Pod. And as always, beautiful people, it's about health, wealth, and wellness.
Primetime Pod. Make sure you check it out. Pal, why the fuck you think he missing? He's like, now I'm not trying to get a little messy with you.
Time is money.
They go trap.